was a fine day. Alas, I drank a bit too much. The aftermath, 'tis lost to me. Well, 'tis a funny story. Well, depending on who you are, I suppose. Aye. So, there I were, back in my hometown, Bristol, and I got me to thinking that it mightn't be a good idea to set the record straight a little, you know. That's good tea, this. So me, being me, I goes to the county courthouse, because I knows little bits and bobs about the law. I get there, there's this magistrate. Nothing majestic about him, I'll tell you that. Anyway, I says to him, "Hey, boss, where do I go about court appeals and whatnot, you know, stuff like that?" Yeah. And he says in this thick Celt accent, whatever. I couldn't understand him. So, me being the upstanding gentleman that I am known across the Caribbean for being, I says to him, "Pardon me?" And he goes, "A royal pardon, is it granted, Mr. Teach?" I tell you what, I couldn't believe my luck, but here I am, 32 years old, still cracking. Even though I got me the royal pardon, I couldn't resist putting the soot back around my eyes, getting that coal on like the Egyptians, getting out to sea, and acting like an absolute pirate. Not even a sheep shank knot could keep me back from that life. You are. You best be joking me, shipmate. Yeah. Flaming Nora. A sheep shank knot. It's difficult to get out of. That's the convivial joke that I was trying to make there. That even though I goes all the way back to Bristol's, I gets me a royal pardon from the majestic magistrate. Even though I go through all that trouble, and I get told, you know, "Mr. Teach, you're free," I come back and carry on being a bloody pirate. Because it's as tight as a sheep shank knot. The bond to the ocean, the call of the blue. You know your knots, do you? Turks Head. No, I don't want you to claim one. I want you to tie one. It's my favourite knot. Bloody hell. Alright, what about a bow knot? You know how to do one of those. You're an able-bodied seaman. Right. How many ropes is in a granny knot? A granny knot. Oh my Well, matey, against my better judgment, rather than make you walk the plank like the evident landlubber that ye are, I will take me time and teach you some bloody knots. And after that, I want you to do a favour for me, and you ain't gonna like it. Well, we get lonely out here, see, don't we? But you wait until after we've done some of the knots first, alright? So, now listen, I ain't gonna do it over and over again. I need you to pay attention the first time, each time. We're gonna start with the easiest knot there is, and if you don't know this knot when you see it, then no more knots is what you're gonna do on the sea, alright? Yeah. That'll do. So, why do you think the overhand knot be called the overhand knot? There's a clue in the name, as with a lot of these knots. Well, matey, this is how you do it, alright? Over the hand, through, under, and pull. That clear enough? Sorry. I can't repeat that. Because I'm afraid not. Listen, humour is what gets you through the loneliest of times at sea, alright? Now, that was the overhand. Easiest knot. Durable. Not good for hanging anyone, mind you. Not good for much apart from keeping things together. That's why sometimes, if the world demands it, you can do the double overhand knot. Now, matey, would you care to guess how one does a double overhand knot? You might be onto something. So, over the hand, under. Well, I might have to change rope in a minute. And then under again, like that. You get a lovely little plait, see? And a much more durable knot. Here you go. You can keep that. Courtesy of Captain Teach. Hey, I never saw me as a pedagogue, but here we are. Bill teaches ropes. You know what? That thought alone is making me reevaluate all of my life decisions to become a privateer in such tempestuous times, facing just as tempestuous weather, weathering myself down in my 30s. I don't like I'm 50, but if it's the pirate life for me, then it's the only life to be. Cheers. Well, those were the two easiest knots. Oh, you would like some more advanced techniques, would you? Well, matey, I tell you what, let me work you all the way up to my favourite, the Turks Head. You ever seen one? Beautiful knot, and I tell you, it's not a knot that'll come loose. Oh no. Well, speaking of that, how about we try a figure 8 knot? Aye. It is another reliable one, to be sure. Right. Need a decent-ish length for a figure 8. Now all these knots, what you generally do, is you take the end and get a good grip on the base of the rope. It doesn't matter how far down you are, just as long as you got a good grip. Alright? Cut it. Perfect. Right, now how do you reckon then you'd be doing a figure 8 knot with a piece of rope like this, huh? This is my best rope as well, you know. Gold. You like gold? Aye. Well, contrary to popular belief, I actually prefer silver. Makes a nicer sound, so it does. Furthermore, real gold, or decent Spanish gold, for me, looks a little operatic, if you catch my drift. Aye. Costumey. The mixed stuff, though, that's alright. But don't tell my crew I said that. Tell them I got cigars if they learn that I don't really like gold that much. Alright, figure 8. Pay attention, shipmate. Straighten out the rope. And what we're doing here, one end is essentially coming in under the t'other, like that. And pull through. And you got yourself a figure 8 knot. You see? Makes the little number there like that. Nice and tough. I suppose what would be a good one as well as the running knob. Now this is where you fold over like that and pull through thusly. It's the starting of a noose, so it is. Now if you don't master these knots, then I'm afraid, my friend, it won't be overboard you go. It'll be up above. Oh, you know what the Spanish word for delicious is? Neither do I, I always hope you know. Now, you remember me talking about a granny knot, is it? Oh, the granny knot. So, for a granny knot, it is for joining not one, but 2 pieces of rope. So get your clippers. Let's get this off here. Perfect. Now you might wonder, Bill, how the devil do you connect 2 pieces of rope? Well, it's actually very easy if you know how. The granny knot takes 2 looped pieces like that. And then pull like that. And you got yourself a deep connection between 2 pieces of rope that will last for as long as they hang. And that's called a granny knot, see? Here, let me pray that out for you. Keep that. What next? What about sheep bend? Not sheep. Well, sheet. Aye, similar to a granny knot. So we need 2 pieces of rope. the sheet. What you got? Hold it there like that, and get this one like that. Don't twist the one, and pop that through there like that. You following? Under there, but over t'other one, thus. And then when you pull, look at that. It's like a figure eight almost, but not quite the same. We call it the sheet bender, eh? Now, let me try. You can do an overhand bow. Now, that's like two of these again. And you do exactly the same as you would otherwise. You go through, up and over, like that. Pop those through there. And beautiful. Solid. There you go. Now, what to teach you next? There are some complicated ones, I'll tell you that. How about the double Garrick bend? Aye, this will test even the most skilled knot tiers. One, two, right down. Perfect. Let's put that there. Alright, now this one's a bit tricky, so pay attention, alright? So, you take one, over like that, right? Take t'other. What we're doing here is getting that under like that. Aye, does that. And then, like a plow, aye, that one goes under there. They both end up under there. And so, oops. And so then when you pull, ready? Look at that. Beautiful. I outdo myself sometimes, I tell you that. Aye. I suppose you're right. What's the good in tying knots if you ain't tying it to something else? Let's teach you some proper knots, eh? So, let's go for just a simple glove hitch. That'll do for starters. Get down, like that. Perfect. Let's give it a go. So, it's easier to tie a rope to something else. Tying a rope to itself, well, it's like pirating yourself. You get all the bullion, but it was already yours. So let's say we got a mast, eh? We don't want rope slipping off or doing anything like that, do we? So what we do is we start here, like that. Pull that over there, like that, see? Then up and over, and then down through there, like that. And when you pull, you get a grip on the mast, and you can tighten the grip by pulling the knot together. See? Strong now, good knot. But sometimes you don't want necessarily have two ends like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can go for what we call a half hitch, which is where you simply do a figure of 8, pull up through like that, and there you go. the same side then. See? Oh, what do you think here? Well, the 2.5 inches. Now that's a complicated knot. You sure you got the stomach for it, sailor? Alright, here we go. So, you start off, loop around your mast, or what have you. And then, you first of all go down, up and under. But then, contrary to what you might think, you go up and under again. That creates a knot that can be tightened to fit, but is otherwise good for hanging things if you like. There you go. Whoops, you have to go and get that one after. I'm going to pick it out. I got to knot that. Alright. What next, eh? Hey, oh, get cold. Oh, a little bit chilly. Yeah. Perfect. All right, what do you want to do next then? How about, oh, you don't know. The Meller's knot. That one's a bit trickier, see. Something easier like the timber hitch. Aye, that'll do the trick. So you put that around there like that, see. And then what you got going on is you loop de loop, and then you twist multiple times around the base until it comes out the other side, and then look at that beautiful knot. Oops, let's go, never mind. We can use this one again. The Fisherman's Bend, connoisseur, are you now? Well, let's see. So for the Fisherman's Bend, we'll actually need a bit of rope, longer rope for that. All right. Perfect. Fisherman's Bend, go right now. Around the bend is the name. Thread through the loop. Oops, try that again. Sorry to make mistakes as long as there's nothing attached to it. Make another sailor through the loop. Pull that tight like that. And then you do an old pattern loop like that. And it's nice and tight on there. There you go. Oh, that's a really good one. Not bad, is it? And if you pull out, you see, you cannot tie to itself. You see, rope is not just about keeping things together. It's about having fun too. Alright. That reminds me of the fisherman's eye. A very difficult knot. Essentially what you do is you loop through multiple times, say, and you get through there like that, and you pull, and there you go. Lariat loop. Here's another one as well. Good one. Nice knot this, watch this. So, a bit longer, this one. What you do, you take the base. Take the base, and then you pull under, like that, up, around, back through the bit you just done, like that. Perfect. Well, that reminds me, you should also know hitches for hooks and whatnot. No. So the most simple one, of course, is the Blackwell Hitch. Now what you do here is go around like that. Whoa. And it's as simple as this. And then, you see, got a perfect little hanging right there. For hanging off of, not for hanging people. Maybe another one though. The Larks Head is a good one. So ideally you'd have a loop for this, but the idea is you go through there like that and then pull through thus. That way. Creates a nice little swing set for the hook. Now, one last, the stevedore's not in it. Nice long bit for this. Ooh, come on you. Perfect. So stevedore's not. Like that. And then what you're doing is essentially going back on yourself, twisting around and around, and back up through the main loop, pull, and the stevedore's knot. Right, matey. I think that brings us to my last cup of tea and my favourite knot. The knot that I insist you learn how to perform. The Turks Ed. Horrible name for a knot, I know. But this is a difficult knot. However, it's a beautiful knot, as you will see. So let's get a nice long bit of rope. Cut that off like that. Put that there. Don't let me forget that map. So, the Turks Head knot. Tis a fine knot, to be sure. Used for centuries to wrap around masts and whatnot. I think you've got what it takes. Let's have a go with that. First, this won't be my best. Because it's supposed to be for bigger, more structurally sound than this. Hopefully, you'll at least get the idea, hey? Hey, what I wanted to show you with this one was that when you take it off, if you can, and pull out, well, it was supposed to look like a flower, but that don't look like much of anything to it. Still, like I said, the Turks Head is a difficult knot. Now, I promise I'll show you how to properly do it, but you gotta do something for me, a favor for me, taking the time to teach you all these knots, all this skill, whatnot. I get lonely out here in the captain's quarters on my own, and I was wondering if you would read me a bedtime story tonight, because I just can't get to sleep. Sound of the sea, she cradles me, but does not quiet my mind. So I would be very appreciative if you would pardon me and read me a story tonight. Thanking you. Alright. Well, we mucked about enough. Let's go and do some plundering.